Now, China's reacted to U.S. President Donald Trump's new executive orders on trade deficit and import tax evasion by urging Washington to comply with international trade regulations.
As
long as our two sides, in the spirit of mutual benefit and win-win outcome, communicate with each other in an in-depth manner and act proactively, we are fully capable of making a bigger cake out of the Sino-US trade, properly handling our economic and trade frictions, maintaining healthy and steady bilateral trade relations, and bringing about more benefits to our two peoples.
Well, Zhang called on the White House to improve cooperation and dialogue and help handle any differences between the two countries in a proper manner. He also expressed China's willingness to cooperate with the U.S. based on mutual benefits. On Friday, Trump signed two executive orders to, as he said, make trade deals fairer with overseas partners and end the theft of American prosperity. Germany has also criticized Trump's orders, saying Washington is keen on moving away from free trade and international agreements. Joining us now live via Skype from Beijing is Einar Tangen. He's an economic analyst. Many thanks for joining us here on Press TV, sir. Now, Donald Trump's new executive orders, even though they're just a review of trade deficit and export tax evasion, it is in sharp contrast to China's new push for free trade and economic globalization. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, absolutely. You have very different styles and also very different worldviews. Donald Trump believes in a protectionist, me-first world. He is very bombastic. He's Twitter happy. On the other hand, you have Xi Jinping, which is pretty much the opposite of that. He's in favor of climate change, control, of making sure that the economy goes forward on a unilateral basis. And he's pushing for more integration rather than less. Win-win.
Right. So considering now we're at this standoff and Xi Jinping is expected to travel to the U.S. to meet Donald Trump soon, what do you think will go down as far as what Donald Trump calls the stealing of American prosperity by China?
Well, actually, these are pretty much empty words. These are things left over from the campaign trail. He's having great difficulty transitioning from that mode to governing. He's still looking for a win after his massive defeat on the healthcare issue. So at this point, it's really not as serious as people think. He's basically kicked the can down the road on foreign economic policy by 90 days. The truth is, are done on a yearly basis by both who have both opined as to what the problems are and various fixes. So by doing this, I think he's trying to appear tough, lots of rhetoric, but as I said, no meaning.
And before I let you go, Mr. Tangen, like many are saying that even though if it is rhetoric, this kind of rhetoric from Donald Trump is going to push China to look for other markets, specifically with the EU.
Well, quite frankly, it's pushing the rest of the world to look for other markets. If you start looking at TPP, what's left of it after the U.S. exited, they are desperately trying to fill the hole, and it might not be named TPP, but I guarantee you there will be multilateral trade pacts reached very quickly. The whole biggest enemy of business is uncertain, and Donald Trump is, if nothing else, uncertain. This is why Beijing, in a rare move, fired back at Donald Trump after his tweet and his sign. We hope that you'll respect international law. This is very highly unusual for the Beijing government prior to a few days. If you had looked last week, China was trying to portray this as a very positive light. Now it appears that things are getting a little bit sketchier.
All right, let's wait and see how this pans out. That's Einar Tangen, economic analyst, joining us via Skype from Beijing. It's a pleasure talking to you here on Press TV, sir.